In the world of music and sports, greatness often comes with a price. Today, we remember three extraordinary individuals whose talent, passion, and perseverance left an indelible mark on the world. Sam Rivers, whose bass lines spoke louder than words, transforming raw emotion into sound that resonated across generations. Doug Martin, a powerhouse on the football field, whose determination and skill inspired teammates and fans alike, and whose story reminds us of the resilience required to rise to the pinnacle of professional sport. Warren McVea, a trailblazer who ran with unmatched speed and courage, breaking barriers and leaving a legacy of hope, inspiration, and excellence for those who followed. Their lives, though unique in path, share a common thread: relentless dedication, profound impact, and a legacy that will never fade. Today, we journey through their stories, celebrating their triumphs, their struggles, and the enduring mark they left on the world. He grew up with a football in his hands long before he ever thought about the fame, the crowds, or the stadium lights. From the earliest days, the game was more than a pastime. It was a rhythm, a discipline, a way to channel energy that might otherwise have been chaotic. His neighborhood, like many others, was alive with both challenges and opportunity, and from the start, he learned that the only way to rise above circumstance was through dedication, focus, and an unyielding belief in his own potential. As a child, he would spend hours practicing in his backyard, imagining the roar of a crowd, the pressure of a 4th and long, the weight of expectation pressing on him as he sprinted, dodged, and pivoted. Those hours were formative, not just for skill, but for character. He developed resilience, patience, and an understanding of the subtle ways effort and strategy combined to create excellence. Every dropped pass, every missed tackle, every moment of frustration became fuel for the next attempt, the next game, the next season. High school brought its own trials and triumph. He quickly became known not just for talent, but for work ethic. Coaches saw in him a rare combination of speed, intelligence, and determination. Teammates looked to him as a leader, someone who carried the team not just on his shoulders but with his example. Games were more than competitions. They were stages where he learned to navigate pressure, to embrace both victory and defeat, to understand that success in sport is as much about heart as it is about skill. College was a proving ground. The speed of the game increased, the stakes grew higher, and every decision mattered. Yet he thrived, earning recognition for both his performance and his ability to inspire those around him. He studied film, learned to analyze opponents, and developed a strategic mind that complemented his physical prowess. Teammates and coaches spoke of his discipline, his humility, and his relentless drive to improve. Even as he garnered accolades, he remained focused, never losing sight of the bigger picture. Football was not just a game, but a vehicle for personal growth and influence. The transition to professional football brought exhilaration and pressure in equal measure. Draft day was a blur of anticipation, nerves, and excitement. Suddenly, he was no longer just a player. He was part of an elite echelon, expected to perform under the bright lights of stadiums filled with tens of thousands, broadcast to millions more at home. The expectations were immense, but he approached them with the same philosophy that had guided him since childhood: preparation, effort, and integrity. Throughout his professional career, he demonstrated an extraordinary blend of speed, agility, and intuition. He became known for explosive runs, for the way he seemed to anticipate the field before it unfolded, for his ability to turn chaos into opportunity. Every carry, every reception, every yard gained was a testament to his dedication, and fans responded with admiration and loyalty. He wasn't just an athlete. He was a storyteller, narrating the drama of each game through his movements, his decisions, and his instinctive brilliance. Behind the scenes, the life of a professional athlete was not without challenge. Injuries, long hours, and the constant scrutiny of media and fans created pressures few could understand. Yet he persevered, leaning on family, mentors, and a core circle of trusted friends who reminded him of the importance of balance and perspective. He learned that resilience is not just physical, but mental and emotional, and that true strength comes from embracing vulnerability, confronting doubt, and pushing forward despite fear. As his career progressed, he became more than a player. He became a leader and mentor. Younger teammates sought his guidance, inspired by his example, his professionalism, and his ability to perform under pressure. He shared not just technical knowledge but the life lessons that sport had taught him: how to stay grounded, how to handle success with humility, how to overcome setbacks with courage. His influence extended beyond the field, shaping a generation of athletes who would carry forward the principles he embodied. Off the field, he was deeply committed to family and community. He understood that fame and success are fleeting if not accompanied by responsibility, empathy, and connection. He dedicated time to mentoring young athletes, visiting schools, and supporting initiatives that helped children pursue their dreams, both on and off the field. He was admired not only for what he accomplished but for the character he demonstrated in every interaction, every decision, every public appearance. In the final chapter of his life, news of his passing shook the sports world. Fans, colleagues, and family alike were struck by grief, but also by the overwhelming recognition of his impact. Tributes poured in, not mere statements, but heartfelt reflections of a man who had inspired countless individuals through courage, perseverance, and brilliance. Former teammates recounted moments of camaraderie and mentorship, coaches remembered his intelligence and work ethic, and fans shared stories of how his dedication and determination had motivated them in their own lives. Even in death, his legacy endured. His highlights played repeatedly on screens, each run, each tackle, each moment of brilliance a reminder of the life he had lived with purpose. Foundations and initiatives he had supported continued, spreading his influence to future generations. Young athletes who had never met him drew inspiration from his story, learning the lessons he had embodied. That dedication and heart matter as much as talent, that adversity can be transformed into growth, and that every opportunity is an invitation to rise above. His family remembered the man behind the athlete. His humor, his humility, his quiet moments of reflection and connection. They spoke of his joy in small victories, his patience with children and fans, and the way he always sought to make those around him feel valued. To them, he was more than a public figure. He was a source of love, guidance, and inspiration, a reminder that greatness is measured not only in accomplishments but in the depth of one's relationships and the impact one leaves on others. In the end, his story is not just about football. It is about the human journey, striving, overcoming, connecting, and leaving a mark that transcends time. His life demonstrates that legacy is not simply what we achieve, but how we touch the lives of others, how we inspire courage, how we teach resilience, and how we use our gifts to elevate those around us. Through every fan moved, every young athlete motivated, and every story told in his memory, he continues to live, a testament to passion, perseverance, and the enduring power of dedication. And so, even as stadiums fall silent and seasons change, his spirit endures in every field, every play, every young person who carries forward the lessons of determination, integrity, and love for the game. His story reminds us that true greatness is timeless, that impact is measured not only by statistics or accolades, but by the hearts we touch, the lives we transform, and the legacy we leave behind. In this way, Doug Martin, the athlete, the mentor, the man, lives on, echoing in the rhythm of every inspired heartbeat, in every stride toward excellence, and in the stories we continue to tell of a life lived fully, passionately, and with unwavering purpose. He was born into a world where sound was never just background, it was life itself. From the moment he could hold a toy drum or pluck a string, music spoke to him in ways words never could. His earliest memories were filled with melodies that crept into his imagination like light through blinds, faint, intangible, yet impossible to ignore. He grew up in a neighborhood that thrummed with energy, both chaotic and inspiring, where the hum of passing trains and the rhythm of footsteps on cracked sidewalks became a subconscious percussion that would shape his sense of timing, his sense of presence, his sense of art. As a child, he found solace in these rhythms, teaching himself to replicate the tones he heard on radios, in record players, and from the local musicians who played in small clubs where his parents took him. He was a quiet observer, absorbing everything, experimenting endlessly. He would sit for hours, fingers moving clumsily over strings, learning to coax a sound that was his alone. The house often shook with his practice, but it was more than noise. It was the birth of a voice that would one day resonate far beyond its walls. By his early teens, his talent was undeniable. He formed his first band with friends who shared the same hunger for sound. They played wherever they could. Basements, garages, school cafeterias, anything that would hold an audience. There was no money, no fame, only a shared obsession with music and a drive to create something that felt real. Those nights were formative, teaching him about collaboration, leadership, and the fragile, yet unbreakable bond that forms between people who create together. The 90s were an era of rebellion, and he embodied it fully. He became known for a style that was raw, uncompromising, and full of emotion. His bass lines weren't just accompaniment, they were storytelling devices, emotional anchors in the midst of chaos. Critics and fans alike recognized a depth in his music, a willingness to explore vulnerability while maintaining a relentless energy. With each new performance, he pushed boundaries, testing the limits of both his instrument and himself. The band slowly rose from local notoriety to national recognition. Their first album, recorded in a modest studio with little more than determination and raw talent, captured something ineffable, a sound that felt both intimate and immense. When it hit the charts, it surprised them all. They were suddenly part of a world they had only glimpsed through magazines and late-night shows. The attention was exhilarating but also disorienting. He struggled with the weight of expectation, the scrutiny of fans, the pressure to deliver something greater than the previous success. Yet he never allowed it to dilute his artistry. Life on the road became a crucible. Endless cities blurred together, hotel rooms became temporary homes, and the lights of the stage were both refuge and prison. He felt the loneliness that accompanies fame, the kind of solitude that no applause can fill. But the music remained his anchor. Every note played on stage was an assertion of life, a declaration that he was present, that he mattered, that his voice would not be silenced. Fans responded in kind, their energy creating a dialogue that transcended word. There was a sacredness in those moments, a fleeting connection that made the hardships bearable. Behind the scenes, he battled inner demons, anxiety, self-doubt, and the relentless pressure of public expectation threatened to overwhelm him at times. Yet, he channeled these struggles into his music. Each song became a catharsis, a vessel for emotion too complex to express otherwise. He learned that vulnerability could be strength, that honesty could forge bonds deeper than any fame could. And so he persisted, not for recognition, but because the music itself demanded it. As the band matured, their sound evolved, yet his signature style remained unmistakable. He embraced experimentation, blending genres, collaborating with artists from different backgrounds, always seeking to expand the boundaries of what music could be. His influence extended beyond his own performances. Younger musicians sought him out, drawn to his authenticity, eager to learn not just the techniques of his craft but the philosophy behind it. He became a mentor, offering guidance, encouragement, and wisdom born of years of triumphs and failures alike. Family and friends watched his journey with a mixture of awe and concern. They saw the toll the lifestyle took, the relentless pace, the emotional intensity. Yet they also witnessed the joy it brought him, the fulfillment of living a life fully committed to creation. He remained grounded in these relationships, drawing strength and perspective from those who loved him unconditionally. They were his reminder of why he made music. Not for fame, not for wealth, but for connection, expression, and the pursuit of something eternal. The band's later years were marked by reflection. They had achieved success, yet they never lost sight of why they started. Side projects, collaborations, and philanthropic endeavors allowed him to explore new dimensions of his art and give back to the community that had supported him. He became an advocate for musicians' mental health, speaking openly about the pressures and pitfalls of the industry, offering guidance to those navigating the same path he had once trodden. Eventually, the inevitable came. News of his passing spread quietly at first, almost unbelievable in its reality. Fans, colleagues, and family were stunned, caught between grief and gratitude. Grief for the loss of a life that had touched so many, gratitude for the legacy he left behind. Tributes poured in, not as fleeting headlines, but as heartfelt stories, covers of his songs, and performances inspired by his artistry. His music became a living memorial, continuing to resonate with anyone who had been touched by it. His bandmates spoke of him with reverence, recounting stories of late-night writing sessions, moments of spontaneous creativity, and the unwavering dedication he brought to every rehearsal and performance. They described his humor, his kindness, his insistence on authenticity, and the way he made everyone around him feel part of something larger than themselves. Fans shared personal stories, how a single song had gotten them through heartbreak, loneliness, or uncertainty. In these narratives, he lived on, not just as a musician, but as a source of inspiration and hope. Family members remembered his warmth, his playful spirit, and the moments when he let down the armor of fame to simply be present. They reflected on the delicate balance he maintained between personal life and public persona, the sacrifices he made for his art, and the unwavering commitment that defined his existence. In their eyes, he was not just a legendary musician, but a human being, complex, sensitive, brilliant, and deeply loved. Even after his death, the world continued to feel his presence. His recordings played endlessly, each note carrying the essence of his soul. Young musicians discovered his work and found in it a blueprint for honesty and innovation. His influence extended into classrooms, studios, and living rooms around the globe. The legacy of his life was not measured in awards or chart positions, but in the countless hearts he touched, the aspiring artists he inspired, and the moments of transcendence he created through sound. Ultimately, his story is a testament to the power of art to endure. Life may be fleeting, fragile, and unpredictable, but creation offers a form of immortality. Through his music, he continues to speak, to console, and to challenge, reminding us that even in the face of loss, something beautiful remains. The rhythms, the melodies, the raw emotion, all are echoes of a life lived fully, passionately, and unapologetically. And so, even as the world grieves the absence of his presence, his spirit resonates in every note played, every song remembered, every listener moved. He remains a symbol of artistic courage, a reminder that the pursuit of one's true voice is the most enduring legacy one can leave. In this way, he is never truly gone. His music, his life, and his influence continue to ripple through the world, a testament to the indomitable power of creativity, love, and human connection. As we reflect on the lives of Sam Rivers, Doug Martin, and Warren McVea, we are reminded that true greatness is never measured solely by fame, statistics, or accolade. It is measured by the lives touched, the inspiration sparked, and the courage to pursue one's passion against all odds. Their stories live on in the music that continues to move us, in the games that echo with their brilliance, and in the hearts of those who carry forward their lessons of dedication, resilience, and integrity. Though they may no longer walk among us, their legacies endure, reminding us that talent combined with heart leaves an imprint that time cannot erase. In remembering them, we honor not just their achievements, but the human spirit they embodied, a spirit that continues to inspire, uplift, and resonate across generations.